Howdy folks, Calibrated.Core here, back with a new Hell Let Loose video. Today I decided to do something different. A couple weeks ago, the developers have stated that they were going to release a new map, which is Utah Beach, and a bunch of other gameplay improvements beginning tomorrow. So I thought I'd go ahead and actually go through the development briefings for you guys and break down some of the stuff we discovered. So first up, this is pretty freaking exciting. The fact that we actually get Utah Beach as a new multiplayer map is just going to be incredible. I will attach the links to the developer blogs in the description so you can see them yourself if you haven't already done so, but I wanted to go ahead and highlight a few things for you guys so you can actually see some of the development ideas behind this. So as you can see, I'm going to throw up a bunch of the screenshots that developers embedded in their posts. I think it's a pretty cool idea that we get to sit down and look at these screenshots together and discuss a little bit about what happened at Utah Beach itself during the war. So, with the new existing warfare mode, which is what we're playing on in Hell Let Loose currently, the actual US Forces HQ is going to be on the beach, which is going to be pretty neat. I don't think we'll be able to run off landing craft or anything like that. That's just my conjecture, but it'll be interesting to see where we start at and where we can assault from. Now, on the other side of the coin, if you look at the map, the Germans spawn pretty far away, so there might be a little bit of a hike for those guys to get close up to the beach and the surrounding area, which means we're going to be needing a lot of outposts and a lot of garrisons, so squad leaders, make sure you're putting those down for your people. So according to the developers, fighting in this area will be unlike anything seen in our existing maps. And as you can see in the screenshots that'll be up here in just a moment, I think they absolutely hit the nail on the head. They've allowed us to be able to engage directly with the map. There's a lot of fortifications and bunkers and different areas where we'll be able to strategically assault, ambush, suppress, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And this is one of the biggest things that I love about these developers, is that they really get the immersive feel and sense of what it was like to be in World War II. They do such a great job of recreating the terrain and the topography that I really feel like I've been there. And what's, it's funny to say that, is like I've had the opportunity to tour the beaches and whatnot in Normandy, and like I said, I can clearly see the inspiration for this. So well done, developers. I really look forward to giving this map a shot. It just looks so beautiful, and I can't wait for you guys to fight alongside me on this one. Now, looking beyond warfare mode, which is what we are playing currently, we can talk a little bit about the invasion mode, of which the developers have already broken to us the news for that one. So the cool thing about the invasion mode, especially for the Utah map, is that that's when we will actually have a dedicated beach assault experience. From what it sounds like, we'll all be rolling up in Higgins boats or starting in Higgins boats with the Germans on the cliffs and in the bunkers and whatnot, pouring down their suppressive fire. And that's what sounds amazing. Now, the invasion mode, as I understand it, is very similar to Postscriptum, where it's attack and defend, fall back, attack and defend, and so on and so forth until one team claims victory. In any case, I'm really excited to see how that plays out as well. It's always great to have multiple game modes so it doesn't burn out your community with the same thing. But I think it's just going to be a fantastic addition to this game, and we'll see where that goes for us in the future. So the second set of huge news for Hell Let Loose was the fact that we're actually getting 2 more vehicles in the form of 2 light tanks. This is awesome. It's always great to have new vehicles in the get-go, but I'm a huge fan of light tanks. In fact, that's what I play predominantly in Postscriptum and many other games. I love the ability to have, armor and mobility and be able to support our infantry attacks and whatnot. So the 2 new vehicles that will be added to the game are going to be the Panzerkampfwagen 2, the Lukes, and the Stuart light tank. And if I remember correctly, that's an M5, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But, according to the devs, both of these vehicles will supplement the armor contingent on every map, and will be playable after tomorrow's update. So keep an eye on that, especially if you like to play armor. I'm definitely going to be giving that a shot, so I hope you guys join me in doing that. Now, moving forward, we also have word from the developers about the new meta expansion. This is pretty freaking cool. I always thought this is one of the most unique aspects of Hell Let Loose that sets the game apart from a lot of other shooters, and I was hoping that they would implement this a lot earlier, just to, once again, continue to set it apart. But now that it's coming back and we're starting to get more of that Company of Heroes-esque feel to it, this is what I'm excited about. The idea of having resource nodes is pretty freaking interesting. So as you can see in the screenshots, the developers have about 4 or 5 or 6 different resource nodes that engineers are able to put down, which allow us to create and supply our commander with different resources, such as munitions, fuel, manpower, so on and so forth. Now, these can actually be destroyed, so you really have to keep a good eye on them. But there's risk involved with it, and a high reward if you can, pull it off. So the developers have stated that if you build your resource nodes as close as possible to the front line, you'll maximize the benefits. And so you'll get more resources per minute. So it's kind of like, okay, well, do I waste the resources to build a resource node on the front line and get more? Or do I keep it in the back line and continue to accrue resources without having to risk getting those blown up or destroyed? Well, last but not least, we have the existing map additions that the developers will discuss in more detail tomorrow with the patch notes, but essentially it comes down to we have various fixes to San Marie-de-Mont and Foy, but also the largest changes seem to be coming to Hertigan Forest map, and this is going to be with the addition of new strong points and fortifications, which are going to be around the map's central points. It looks like Scar received a much-needed overhaul, and the Kamal Trail looks absolutely fantastic. So keep an eye out for those new bunkers and fortifications that you guys see. This is definitely going to add a new layer of strategic and tactical gameplay, because now we'll actually have the ability to defend without getting artied off the point. So we'll see how this goes. Make sure you guys check out the patch notes for tomorrow morning. It looks like the developers are going to release the patch as early as possible and start streaming around 2 or 3 p.m. Central Time. So I really look forward to playing with you guys. This seems to be an exciting new update. It's going to bring some new players to this game and breathe a little bit more life into it. And I can't wait to see what Hell Let Loose holds for the future for us, because I think it really is on the right track. So thank you very much for sticking with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you on the battlefield.